The Subnautica 2 situation is out of control. The game is collapsing right before our eyes at this point. When it first launched, it was good. People were happy. And over time, a couple of groups of people slowly started to find issue with the game. And then more groups of people started to dislike the game for a variety of reasons. And now we're at the point where it hasn't even been a week. It's not even 7 days since the game has been out, and the player base has shrunk effectively more than 70%. This is diabolic. There is nothing good to be said about this situation in the slightest, honestly. Initially, when the roughly 1/3 of the player base literally leaving in what amounts to 1 day happened, it wasn't such a big deal, I said, because if this player count continues to not drop at a rapid pace, it's gonna be good. But then it started dropping extremely rapidly. Look at this. After the Sunday and Monday, the player base just completely combusted by another third. That is not good. A third and a third in this situation is more than a 50% player drop. And now, day over day, the drop is phenomenally large. And there are so many issues that have led to this. The devs literally coming out and blaming the players and calling us bad. The fact that it's an early access game like it's some kind of indie thing, even though it literally has hundreds of millions of dollars pumped into it, it's effectively a AAA game that has, I don't know, 1 day's worth of content if you're just no-lifing it? This is abysmal. Boys, is it finally time to apologize? No, it's never time to apologize to IGN. I'm kidding. But IGN is still not right. IGN will never be right about things. And now we're at the point where the drama has gotten so bad, where the situation is so bad. The devs needed to make an official statement. Yeah, that's right. And it's not looking good. A letter to the community from the Subnautica 2 team. Dude, listen. Telling us to go play the forest if we want to kill stuff was already a pretty big, letter to the player base, I feel like. Calling us idiots was another really good letter. But let's see what they're saying this time. I'm sure people are gonna love this and everyone's gonna be happy. Hello, Subnauts. First, thank you for taking the time to share your feedback with us since launch. We have been reading your reviews and comments carefully, and we have chosen to ignore literally all of it. Idiots. And we understand that there are several concerns that we need to address more clearly, which none of them are gonna be addressed. Krafton's still gonna be stealing your data like it's fucking spyware on your PC, and well, it's, again, all of the things are gonna stay the same. We also understand that some recent comments from our team made players feel ignored or dismissed. Oh, what a great sentence. This very much feels like you're actually sorry. Now, this makes me feel like you're saying that, boo-hoo, the people who felt wronged by this, that's your own fault, losers, deal with it. What a great sentence. I'm sure people are gonna love this. We are sorry for that. Listen, at least they didn't say that we're sorry you feel that way, okay? At least they didn't say that. Now, granted, they kinda low-key said that, but at least they didn't just full stop write a sentence. Early access should be a conversation with our players, not a one-way explanation from the development team. Your feedback matters. It matters so much, we're never gonna implement it, by the way. But it matters, Chad. It matters. Give us money, thank you. And we do not want any part of our community to make the community feel otherwise. There are 3 areas we want to speak about directly. First, we understand that creature balance needs work right now. Some predator encounters feel more frustrating than tense or exciting. Mitigation tools are not always clear, reliable, blah blah blah. Effectively, they're saying, yes, I know you want to kill the fishes because the fishes are attacking you and only makes sense, but how about now We're just gonna improve the mitigation tools and a creature AI. And that's kind of the first paragraph. I'm summarizing it up because there's no real need to read it. Second, we have heard strong requests for more direct ways to deal with hostile creatures, including the ability to kill them. We understand that request. Where that request is coming from, but you should probably go fucking play the forest if you're an evil person, boys. Remember when we talked about the Grumps tweet yesterday? That I didn't agree with it. That Subnautica 2 is a pacifist ideology woven into a game. At this point, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it seems like he was actually right, because every response the devs give just actually kind of feel like it is really some kind of pacifist ideology. Especially the fact that turns out in Subnautica 1 you could actually kill the Leviathans and whatnot, which made sense, right? Our current directions is not based on judging players who want combat. Oh great, look at that. The company is not gonna judge us for what the things that we want. Isn't that great? I don't know about you, but I have the urge to just lay prawn and commend Crafton for its greatness. That it's not gonna judge me. What the fuck do these people think they are that they can't judge us in the first place? 3. We want to be clear about how we view early access. Well, you view it as a tool to actually make money and not do anything else. Again, probably the biggest issue with Subnautica 2 is the fact that people just don't have anything to do. It feels very bare bones by a lot of people. And needless to say, the response to the Subnautica team has overall been very negative. This is not exactly that, but I mean, people are literally calling the devs retarded. And, things like this. Edit a wrong attachment, which is funny, but people are still calling. I just wanted to show this tweet because it's fucking funny. But, it doesn't matter what's happening. People are disliking what the devs are doing. This is probably just the dumbest and funniest post I could show you here. So, a little bit of fun here and there. Subnautica 2 EULA is still pissing off people. The fact that you can't even make a video about it without worrying that, Crafton suddenly finds out that you have more than $5 in your bank account, and then they decide, yeah, we want your money in the bank account, thank you very much. That's a pretty bad thing, obviously. Again, the EULA, the terms of service, is literally spyware. We already talked about this. A lot of people still don't granted care about it too much, but there's so many different groups of people who dislike Subnautica for different things. It's absolutely insane. This is one of those "do you understand" posts. Oh my god, boys. Dude, how did this gets people to read really good, okay? Do you understand what just happened to Subnautica? Dude, should this be the literal title of the video? Do you think that would be successful? Leave in the comments if you think a title like that would get your attention. Be Subnautica 2 developer player politely asks why you can't kill creatures. Level designer snaps back, calling you a moron, and tells you to go play you Sons of the Forest. Why is Sons of the Forest the thing that he goes to? I have no idea, but whatever. Another developer adds that big creatures will stave because the game the game's a safe space. I'm slightly changing it up, but you understand this. The first Subnautica let you stab Leviathans with a knife, and it wasn't easy to kill them, but you could if you tried real hard. And that's the thing. Subnautica 2 for some reason is completely removing any of the combat, and yeah, this is a pretty appropriate gift to use against Subnautica 2 at this point. The more, and this is also a perspective that's kind of getting more and more popular. This has literally 360k views, almost 400, and this is from yesterday. The more I dig into Subnautica, the Subnautica discussion, the more I'm realizing that the universe is just incompetently written. Yes, we know there are giant monsters who can rip through tungsten like paper, but you can't shoot it because there was a genocide 400 years ago and guns are bad. Yeah, that's kind of the situation. And then there are people like this who are trying to pretend that, people are just mad about Subnautica for no reason. Listen, if people were not mad for no reason about Subnautica, it would have a better player attention. Okay, that's what would happen. And the weekend is coming up very soon, and it's not looking good for Subnautica too. So at the end of the day, was Grum's really right about the fact that it's just trying to mix in a pacifist ideology? At this point, it does kind of seem believable, honestly. Oof, that's kind of sad. Well, Subnautica 2, let's see what happens with this. It's still getting more dislikes currently than likes, by the way, because this is slowly slipping. Admittedly, it's slipping very slowly, but it's still slipping, which is not a good sign, which means the average normal person who has no idea this video even exists doesn't like it on average, which is quite the big issue, honestly. In any case, thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye!